Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the Afternoon Swing Trading Floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. Hope you're doing amazing. Everyone who is here, got Maloney and Johnny Garco in the ones and twos, Alicia, Dan, Brad, Cliff, John Axe is here. What's up, John? Got a few Johns in the building. Kevin Rogers, Lawrence, how's it going? Richard Jett, Wayne, Walt. Thanks everyone for being here. I appreciate it tremendously. Here's kind of a quick little outline of today's. I want to cover two really easy, super basic housekeeping things, and then just start jumping right into some trade setups, some analysis, and some thoughts on the broader markets, as well as some individual analysis on stocks. So first and foremost, our boy Dan asked me to talk about the funded accounts yesterday. So what I'm going to do really quick is give you all some really cool insight that you may not know. So we actually have a way for you to win a totally free funded account. That's cool. It's true. So Carrie Bartels won a $200,000 funded account opportunity today, just for going to a particular website that we created called, you ready for this? guesstheclosingprice.com. So guessclosingprice.com, or you can go to reallifetrading.com/guess. Either one works. All you have to do is literally just go there and just guess the closing price. And if you win, you get a $200,000 funded account. Like, I'm trying to give away millions of dollars here, and people don't believe that this is true. This is a real website. This is actually legit. I built it. It's available. It's on my domain. We've given away, like, I think $2 million already from this web. It's totally free. I don't know. Type in a 9 if you think that's cool. I think that's cool. So just go here and make a guess every day if you want to, and you'll probably win an account. So that's one way that I'm doing my absolute best to save you a bunch of money and help enrich your life as much as I can. So the funded account, let's talk about what that is, since Dan was asking. So we do have a product that's available right now that I do use as well, just to understand more about it, and really, really cool stuff. But first and foremost, we have a $50,000, $100,000, and $200,000. These are the ones that are available on the website. The way this works, Dan, since you asked and since you're here, and thank you for being here, is very simple. You purchase or win or get access to or gifted or whatever, you get one of these accounts. And to not muddy the waters at all, if you make a 10% return in any time frame without breaking this rule or this rule, the account becomes real. That's it. That's the way it works. So the account becomes real, and then you have the capability to either day trade, swing trade. You can go short futures, long crypto, short crypto, stocks. There's a limited amount of stocks that you can trade. We focus on just the best and the highest and the most liquid. But long story short, the account is real. And then the 75-25 split, obviously 75% to you. So when you make money and you withdraw, which you can withdraw once a month, we'll pay you however you want. Coinbase, check, PayPal, Venmo, a wire. That's it. Kristen says, do you need to make 10% within 30 days? No, my dear, you actually have any amount of time. It can be 30 days, 3 hours, 3 minutes, 3 years, 3 months. Satara says, does it include options? No, because they're already leveraged. So you have to trade the actual instrument itself, no options. Lynn says that's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's really, really, really cool. And we have right now over 100 million US dollars flowing through this as well. So this is a big deal. So it's very, very cool. And I would love more of you to get into it. If you have a little bit of a heavier bank account, you have there's also a $500,000 account option out there as well. But if and once you get funded and make some money and do really well, I can go up to $2 million. So all kinds of cool stuff. Shane says, what are MetaTrader 5 and WebTrader? So these are the platforms that you'll be trading under. So it's not like that. I'm not giving you $100,000 on like Thinkorswim or whatever. This is a brokered space that we're able to control the back end and all that kind of good stuff. Does that answer your question, Shane? Carl says, this is truly awesome. It is. It's pretty sweet. So that being said, and now that that's available to you and you all know it, I would also love to extend the opportunity for anyone to come to Las Vegas in February and come hang out with us and trade with us. So I'll make you all a deal for anyone who signs up and come to Vegas. Let me know. And if you want one of these accounts, I'll figure out a way to hook you up. So Vegas is February 26th through, let me scroll down to the very bottom, 26th through March 2nd. So I'm gonna pop over here to our website and here's the Vegas retreat. Now the Vegas retreat is mostly options. I will say that. So this is gonna be a little bit more of an advanced options retreat. So just FYI, if you're an options day trader, credit spread enthusiast, Maloney's gonna be there. So you just met Maloney, so she'll be there. I'm gonna be there, obviously. Matt DeLong's gonna be there. Tony Pollock's gonna be there. Robert Thompson III's gonna be there. We're gonna have, it's really good. It's going to be fantastic. Plus, if there's any gambling fans, I'm going to go, it's Vegas. So we're going to go out and gamble and have a good time. So I would love for you all to be there. If anyone can make it, it's a really, really great event. We actually have 3 spots left. Matt and Sochi just texted me earlier this morning. I reached out to Brian Reppel, who's coming. He's studying for a CMT designation. He just told me that today. And I was like, hey, I got 3 more spots. Dan says, can we fly in on the 26th? Yeah, absolutely. Definitely can fly in on the 26th, brother. I would love to meet you and hang out with you. This is kind of like what the agenda looks like. So 6 p.m., we're just going to hang out and party and then trade our faces off. So yeah, Lynn's excited. Very cool. So Lynn's pumped. Dan's pumped. I would love for you all to come. I'll post this link in the chat pane again. And if you can make it, I would love for you all to be there. If you haven't been to a real life trading live event, type of 6. Zach Johnson, talking to you, by the way, you should come. So I would love for you all to come. If you haven't been to one, Bob, you should absolutely come. This is a no-brainer for you. The live events are really, really cool. That's it. They're great. Plus it's Vegas. So there we go. That's my spiel. I'm not really great with sales pitches. It's not really a sales pitch. It's me just informing you on how to hang out. I think most of you realize that my goal is just to enrich lives anyway, and live events are super, super fun. Zach, I know you're at Reno, but Reno and Vegas are 2 different things, dude. I meant you haven't been to a real life trading retreat in Vegas with me specifically. That's what I meant to say. Lynn says, I need to take your class on options. Yes. Do that first. You definitely want to know more about options before you go there, because this is going to be pretty heavy hitting. All right, cool. That's it for me. Sweet. And it is beneficial to know, because this is earnings season. This is the time right now to really, really get a good understanding on options. This is it. Because with earnings season, doing good credit spreads, good put sales, good debit spreads, good straddles, good strangles, I'm not looking for huge alpha, but I think that it's very, very possible to make an extra 2 or 3% on your account over earnings season. And at a minimum, depending on the size of the account, obviously, but 2 to 3% just over earnings season. And there's 4 earnings seasons every year, right? So anyway, something to think about. If you want to get in on it, it would be really, really cool. And I'd love to hang out. All right. So on SPY, this is the broader markets now. Let's just go ahead and dive in. It's now or never. If we're going to have any type of rollover, it needs to happen pretty much immediately. We're at a trend line, right? We're really at the 200, but this is the 3rd consecutive close and retest of the 200. So I think it's time to take this squiggle off, because if I go to the Qs, we talked about this actually 3 or 4 days ago. Once this bull candle came in here, My analysis was, well, looks like we're good to go looking for the bull trade at this stage. And that's because two reasons. Reason number one, double bottom. Reason number two, close above the 100. Reason number two, that's it. Reason number three, you still have room to go into the 200 simple, which is a target. Reason number four, the weekly 200 simple, if I hide this, we're bouncing off of that 200 area, right? So there's certainly some support there also, just to kind of factor in on the cues. And I think that's about it. Oh yeah, sure. Momo, right? The trend indicator also has been bullish since this day here. Amanda, what concept are you referring to, Rockstar? When you say, does this concept apply to all their stocks? What concept do you mean? All right, so that's the cues. That's kind of where we're at. Amanda says those four things you observed about the trend. Yes, I do that process with everything I look at for eternity. Moving averages, different time frames, daily, weekly, looking at chart patterns. Yeah, of course. Forex, anything, everything. All very, very important to know where things are at. So yeah, this was a pretty cute little move on the cues. And again, the moving averages, right? We, just to hide some of my drawings for a second, we did pull into those and we kind of got a little bit of a bounce today. And again, you had the 200 simple on a weekly chart acting as a support. So I'm not saying that we can't roll over. I'm just simply saying if we do, it needs to happen like tomorrow, very soon. We need to start having some bear movement if you're going to be strongly bearish. I do have a bear trade on the Dow Jones ETF, DIA. And that's really my only bear trade right now, other than ROST, which we're going to look at later today. And we haven't gotten triggered into YUM. So we're going to go look at those in just a moment. Those are some swing trades from previous days that we kind of set up. So we'll go look at those. So I don't have a huge bear exposure out there at all presently. Now, day trading, we can do whatever. We can day trade bearish, bullish. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Game for you, whatever. But I do have short shares on the Dow, and based on those shares, I did sell some 331 puts that expire Friday. I sold those today and got 51 cents. So we're going to keep an eye out and see what the Dow Jones ETF does. But I did short those shares up here. And so selling the put down here, if that happens, if I get put away and have to buy the shares, that would be a profitable endeavor. But this particular candlestick pattern looks pretty strong to me. If we take out the high, because these highs are almost identical, as Maloney's mentioning in the chat pane. So they're almost identical highs. 337.75, 337.72, and 337.64. So this is almost like a little bit of a flag, if you will, that's allowing the broader momentum, if we're going to continue higher, to rest. So this is an indicator I don't look at very often, but this is the RSI indicator. Relative strength index is at 54, which says, hey, I'm ready to party. And the weekly is at 56. So we have plenty of room to do anything we want, bullish or bearish. For those of you who did take my RSI class, which is free on YouTube, by the way, here is the lows. What is this called right here? There's a special name for this. This is, again, a weekly chart on the Dow Jones. Yep, this is bullish divergence. You guys are getting it. Beautiful. Bullish divergence. Super cool. So anyway, I do like the RSI. It's really, really cool little indicator, but that we have plenty of room to go in either direction is what I'm getting at. We can go down, we can go up. If we're going to go bearish, it needs to happen pretty soon. And I don't have a massive, massive short position on the markets at all at this exact moment in time. I'm more bullish than bearish, and that's pretty much it. All right. So we did get triggered into a bear swing trade on ROST stores. I am trying to call the top on this. And usually when I try to call the top, it doesn't work, which is fine. But this is the chart pattern that I base my trade on. And we got triggered into this today. So this to me looks a little double topish, and this looks like the neckline. Definitely giving it some room though, because when you short a stock that's in a bullish trend and you're looking for it to make money as it goes down, you're never going to feel correct when you get triggered in, right? Something for you to write down. When you're in a trade, it's never going to do this. It's never going to trigger you into the penny and then just wow. And then it works immediately. Your brain wants that to happen because that's what happens in other aspects of life, but that's not the way the market works. So you're always going to be wrong at some point or another on your trades. Just let that sink in, let it happen. And by wrong, I mean, you could be out of a trade and it's going to keep going higher. If you bought it, it's always going to do something that you don't want it to do, always. So just plan for that, prepare for that. Shouldn't terrify you. Just know your risk of whatever's going to happen might happen. So Dan, how much risk do I have on this particular trade? What's the risk on this one? Yep, 1 R, exactly. So if I lose an R. We know that. That's baked into the price. Let's see if it occurs. We got filled today. Looks pretty bullish, but tomorrow or the next day or next week could have a really, really big down day. We'll find out. So that's ROST stores, which is in our official trade journal, which again, all of you will have access to if you sign up for the all access pass. You'll have access to all of this. So you can see what we're in, when we're in it, and why we're in it, and all that kind of good stuff. So that's ROST stores. The next, which has not triggered yet, is Yum Brands. And I'm going to cancel this one today. So check out, this is beautiful. Look at how close this thing got to triggering. And look at this. Super close. So anyway, we did not get triggered in short on Yum. The reason I was looking at maybe shorting it was because it again looks like a double top capability. So there's the double top. You had a bull candle closing below the 10 EMA out of support, and it just did not break through. And that's pretty much it. So pretty much got it. So that is Yum. So I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this particular trade because we closed above the stop loss today. We did not get triggered into this. This was a no loss, no trigger, all good, happy as a clam type of situation. So we're going to cancel that one. So here goes me being another pretty awful salesperson. So Alejandra says, Jeremy, what are the rules to get the $500,000 funded account? I would like one, but I'm afraid to break the rules. They're the exact same, but for your very, very, very first account, Alejandra, I do personally suggest getting a $50,000 account. Practice with it, learn the rules, learn the buttons, learn the system, learn the platform, see how you like it. And then if you really love it and you're crushing it, then upgrade. Because the $500,000 account is also a special little link that's only on the back end. So I send that to people who are ready. They're like, they're doing great. I'm like, okay, cool. Here, go crush it. But I would say start with the smaller one first, if that's fair. You get your feet under you. Lynn says that helps a lot. Thank you, Alejandro, for the question. Yeah, which is cool because all questions do help. Helps you or helps someone else. In phase energy. So in phase, I did not get triggered into this trade. I tried shorting it at 243.38. I'll show you what the chart looked like when I made that analysis. So that was this big bear candle here. So when this big bear candle came in and you had these little 2 high wave candles, you can kind of see that we were breaking support. You'll notice the support was right here. You'll also see that we were breaking the 200. So my thought was, yeah, baby, let's go. Huge double top on a weekly chart. Target is 202.45, which is the 100 simple on a weekly. I was like, let's get it. So anyway, that was the analysis. That's what I wanted to happen. Here was the retest, and it just did not quite retest far enough for me, and then broke down today. My boy says, how do you access Slack? Does that come with the all access pass? It does. Comes with the all access pass. Yep. It does not come with a funded account, but it does come with the all access pass. So this is the community, which again, team, it's $275 a month. I mean, it's I spend more money on worse things for sure. Dan says, great deal for great people. Great deal for great people. Yes, yes, yes. Totally. All right. So anyway, long story short, in-phase energy, I did not get triggered into that trade. So we can kind of keep moving on. Amanda says, what's the audition for the funded account like? The audition, make 10%. That's the audition. Trade well. Trade profitably. That's it. That is it. All right, Crown Castle. It's supposed to have earnings, isn't it? It's just not gapping at all, huh? Maybe they're tomorrow morning. We'll keep waiting on this one. I mean, long story short, I just delete those two lines. If we, on Crown Castle, if we gap below 139, it's going to get just run over by the bears. And if we gap above 154, it's going to do really, really well. Todd is asking a question about the funded account. I can pop back over to that if you guys still have questions on it. Let me just hang out here for a second because a lot of you are still having questions on the funded account, which is perfectly fine. I mean, hey, no issues. I want more people to trade with more money because the more money you trade with, the better, right? The better it is for everybody. So funded account, let me scroll down here. Let's click on more info because this is where everything's going to be, right? Everything is here. So I'm gonna hang out and just answer some questions because a lot of you guys have questions on it, which is great. Todd says, trade to make 10% of the whole account or a particular trade. You just have to make a 10% return on the account size, my man. So for example, I know you know the math, but on a $50,000 account, Todd, how much do you have to make? The answer, 5K. That's it. You make 5K, boom, the money becomes real. You get a new login, a new password, click it, play, rock and roll, do whatever you want. Albert, I will say this once again, my dear friend, you can do it in any period of time that you want. 3 days, 3 hours, 3 minutes, 3 seconds, 3 years, 3 decades. Doesn't matter. There's no time limit at all. So I'm not rushing you. There is one rule that you have to place a trade every 45 days. But that shouldn't be that hard. Win says, can we use our own strategies or do we have to use yours? Yeah, you can trade however you want. I mean, I teach people how to trade, but just because I tell people what to do and how they do it is two totally different things. So yeah, you can trade however you want. Amanda says, what happens if there's a loss on the account? So I know your real question, Amanda, is not what if I lose on a trade, right? Because that's obviously going to happen. Your question is, what if I blow out the account? So what if I take the trade and lose, I break one of these rules. So I lose $2,000 or I lose $2,500 total. If that occurs, we pull your credit and we blacklist you from ever buying a house. I'm kidding. Literally nothing. You just go buy another one. That's it. So there's no negative. Like if you exceed the overall drawdown, which this is what most people, when they lose, they hit the overall drawdown. This is the one that gets 95% of people. So if you hit the overall drawdown and you lose 5% of the entire account, then just start over. Amanda says, do we withdraw the profit? I hope so. I mean, that'd be very smart of you to do that. Kristen says, can you explain the overall drawdown? So you just can't lose this amount of money from the beginning balance. Right. So if this is 50,000, you can't go below 2,500 from 50,000. Maloney actually has a really, really good video on drawdowns as well. So real life trading drawdowns, if you want more videos. There's my girl. She's so pretty. What's up, Maloney? All right. So there's her video. And if you're watching this and want to just type in trailing drawdown explain, and she'll walk you through the process. Amanda says, do we trade on our own platform? No, dear. We will give you the platform that you have to trade with. That's right here. So it's all, you have to trade through MetaTrader 5. Albert says, sounds too good to be true. Not really. I mean, not really, because we're going to make money off of you if you make money, right, Albert? So don't think that, I mean, hey, I love money, right? I wrote a book called Money Grows on Trees. I'm all about money. I will do so much with this money. If you make 100K next year day trading, I'll take 25,000 of that. And technically, I mean, if we're talking just real brass tacks here, I don't have to work for that money at all. Right, Albert? So I want you to be successful in this. So just keep that in mind. These are my overall thoughts. It's not too good to be true because I do want you to make money. Oh, man. So good stuff. Good question. Raju says, how much is the monthly fee? There is no monthly fee, my brother. This is a one-time, all you pay. This is it. John says, I tried opening MetaTrader 4 through forex.com and learned it's not for Canadians. Is that true? I'm not entirely sure, John, if that's true or not, but we don't use MetaTrader 4. We use MetaTrader 5, and we don't do it through forex.com. We do it through reallifetrading.com. So there are numerous Canadians that use this, and I know for a fact you could download this in Canada, but I don't know forex.com. I don't do MT4. Neither one of those two things are me, because I just happen to be better than everyone else. Does the MetaTrader link with a broker? No, you have to do it on MetaTrader. Yep, you cannot link it through Thinkorswim. This is an entirely different broker, an entirely different account, entirely different everything. Carl says, I've never heard of MetaTrader 5. Is there a steep learning curve? No. Nope. I mean, this is, I have the account right here. This is it. It's very easy, guys. Don't overthink this. Dan says, will someone walk us through this? Let me ask you a question, Dan. What do you think? If you had to take a guess, take a stab in the dark. You're like, wait a minute, do I just buy this and then I'm lost and I have no idea what to do? I do know why you asked. It's a valid question, but yeah, man, we will send you a login video, an email, all of that. Jeff Pierce says, do you give us guidance on trades or are we on our own? So good question, Jeff. You might remember or might know that we are a trading community, and you'll be able to see this little icon right here that says live trading. So if you click on live trading, you can join the all access pass, where literally we trade like you've been enjoying this free week. We do this all day long. So yeah. I mean, here's a trade that we took today. Dan Jansen took it on Amazon. Here was the setup. This was a 1.2R banger out the gate. So if you took this trade, you are 10% of your way to getting funded. So I guess the answer is yes. We take care of everything, man. So what I would tell you all to do, I mean, really, this is very simple. Buy a funded account, buy the 50K or the 100K account, and then join the live trading room for 2 months. 2 months. Like, you know, 2 months, like, come on, it's a no-brainer. It's hard for me to really wrap my head around. We have 738 reviews. Guys, I'll give you my cell phone number. This is my cell phone right here. You can text me, like you can call me. This is not hard. You have money. Let me help you make more of it. Let me help you make more. It's that simple. So this is the the account right here. So this is how simple it is. What do you guys want me to trade? In queue. So I come in here, right click. I can go down to symbols, click symbols. And what do I want? Like, I got the indices, I got the commodities, I got crypto, I got stocks, I got currency pairs. So say I want to trade the major index. So I go to the NDX 100 right here, click on it. It's going to pull up automatically on the left-hand window. And again, we do all this. We have videos, we have everything that'll walk you through it. We have all of this. Chart window, here's the chart window, and then do a new order. Here's the new order. So I can come in here, click on it, click new order, market execution, right? Limit, sell, volume. Oh, geez, not 25. That was another trade I was doing. But there is a contract limit size, and we'll explain all that in the rules and all that kind of good stuff. Let's say I want to do 5, right? Stop loss. My limit to get in is going to be 11,888.88. That'll be my entry. My stop loss will be 11,999.99. My take profit will be 11,555.55. 5 volumes, sell limit, 11,9, stop loss, place order. You're going to get, oh, market's closed. This order will allow me to trade it in 27 minutes because the futures are closed right now. But this is how easy it is to place a trade. I mean, the learning curve takes 17 seconds. We'll send you videos. We have hours of videos on it. We have everything you need. And you can trade. This is a futures trade. You can trade crypto. So if I do a crypto trade, I can place that trade immediately. So I can trade Bitcoin. I can trade Dogecoin. I can trade whatever. I love all these questions though, because I get it. It does sound too good to be true, but it's really not. It's really not. I want to make money off of you all. Jeff says, is the fee for the all access pass included in the funded account? No, sir. It's a separate thing. Totally separate. Manna says, I have to go. Craig says, does this platform have different options for entering trades like a dome or only the way you showed? Yeah, you can enter from a dome and all that stuff. Albert says, can you do swing trade also? Yes, you can do day trades. You can do swing trades. Absolutely. Wynn says it's really brilliant. Yeah, super cool. I obviously did not do this trade, but if you played this breakdown here with 25 contracts, well, let's just say 20 contracts, you would have gotten funded. If you did that with 20 contracts, you would have gotten funded. So you could have gotten funded in, a day and a half. So, and I did make a little bit of money today. There's your boy. $1,400 on this account. It's not bad. 2 trades, 2 profits. That's all I've done so far. I'm not, spending a lot of time on a demo account. I got to trade. Dan says, so your gains are cumulative. Of course. Yeah. Carl says, I thought options were not doable in the funded account. They're not. Carl, these are future contracts, brother. NDX is a futures instrument. So I'm not trading options. I'm trading futures contracts. I love these questions, guys. Keep throwing me at it. I could be here a little bit longer today. This is fine. I get it. This is the free week. You guys are experiencing all this for the first time, or a lot of you are. But I will say this. If there's a promise I can give you, my goal is not to take your money and make you unhappy. That I can promise you. If you are not pleased with anything that I do, I will give you your money back. Team, I'm good. I've hit my number a long time ago. I don't need your money. I'm doing this for a much, much, much bigger reason. Type in a 6 if you want to hear the bigger reason. If I get enough 6s, I'll tell you guys. Otherwise, we'll just kind of keep going. Okay, I'm getting enough 6s. Dan says, where can we see all these rules? I'll just send you the funded account page. Here you go, Dan. There you go. All right. So the big vision There's two big visions, but I'll share them with you. Ultimate goal. There's one a little bit higher, but this particular goal is to change the educational system of America. That's the lofty goal. Now, how do you change a huge country's educational system? A way, one of my visions, is to change an educational system in a smaller country or nation. Let's take, for example, British Virgin Islands. I go to the British Virgin Islands, which is also an English-speaking country. I teach them how to trade. I use the funded account program to give them the money to trade with. They learn how to trade, they make money, and they increase their economies, they increase their knowledge, they increase their infrastructure, and that smaller nation gets enriched. Once I have that on my resume, I can start going to the higher ups in other countries saying, hey, I did it here. I would like to do it for you all. And as I start adding more and more to that, my resume, then the likelihood of me being in the right place at the right time, with the right crowd source, with the right amount of people, with the right grassroots campaign, I can and I will make an impact in the educational aspect and the educational system of the United States of America. And you are all on the ground floor of that groundswell. This is how it's all going to start. It's going to start right here. Right here. Not only in this webinar, but other webinars. Because once we can go, all right, I know there's a change. We all know that the education system is the biggest challenge right now in the States. If you fix the educational system, you fix the healthcare problem, right? Because now you know how to eat better and feed your mouth better, right? And you change that, you impact so many things directly. So that's why we're here. That's why I'm doing this. And I've already had numerous, both teachers and principals, learn how to trade and start to create more income for themselves and their families, make more money. And through that money, they pay off their debts. And then they can, once they're liberated financially, they're able to really, really give and have a bigger impact at an immediate level. You all feeling me? This is the vision. And this funded account program will be one of the aspects that causes all of this to work. Because what's the number one challenge to having wealth is access to wealth. I will be able to give people that access. You hear me, Cliff? You going to help me with this, brother? Right? So this is coming. This is already in the works right now. This is the big vision. This is what's cool. So I promise you, I'm not after your money. Your money will help the platform grow. But if you're unhappy, I'll just give you your money back. If you're not aligned with the vision and with the mission, the much, much larger mission than me and you and our little, puny accounts growing and making more money for our family, I'll give you your money back. It's okay. But this is what the team, right? Because Maloney's part of my team. Johnny Guarco's part of the team. They're all on the panelist list right now. We meet once a month to talk about this, on how we can do this at scale and how we can impact more and meet more people and grow our networks and really, really build an educational infrastructure that will change this country. Let's go. So that's what I'm after. That's what's coming. I'm putting the groundwork in now. I want you all to help me with it. The stock market will be a way. It doesn't have to be the way, but it's going to happen. Raju says, can you go over the Tesla trade you made? I will, definitely. All right. My boy Colster has been around forever, says, I love this mission. I'll show my students your videos and try to get those seeds planted early. I know you do, bro. And you and I have been hanging out for what, 10 years now? It means a lot to me, you and your brother. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of the mission and the tribe and the journey. And it means the world to me. Very, 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 very much. Kristen says, I'm literally in tears. You don't even understand the change that you've made. Let's go. Yeah. I love it. I'm amped. My boy Zach says, I'm doing the same thing in the Dominican Republic as much as I can. Do you all hear that? Because my boy ZJ, Zach Johnson, let me just fill in. Let me pour into you just a second. Zach is one of the best traders I've seen. This guy is amazing. Amazing. And he sees this vision. He's a full-time trader. He quit his job, took a ginormous leap of faith, because there's a difference between a leap and a jump. A jump is I got something to catch on. I got something to fall into. I got protection. A leap, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's there for me, but I'm going. So Zach takes a leap, quits his job, and him and his wife are going to move to the Dominican Republic and do so much down there for both this program, this course, and so much more. They're building entire communities that are totally eco-friendly, energy-friendly, and there's going to be this community of education, obviously for stocks and trading and Forex. I'm telling you, if I can teach 56 people, 55 people, 60 people how to do this, and they do this professionally, legitimately from their, you have access to internet, you have access to income. They go around the world and they build this into their communities, into their places, into their cities, into their states, into their government. We make change. It's coming. It's coming. All right. So I appreciate it. That was sorry for the quick little rant there. Let me take a deep breath because I just get so fired up. Let me go put Tesla on the list. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hop into Tesla real quick. Where is it? Right here. Okay. Stocks. All right, let's go talk about stocks. Tesla. Earnings are tonight. They're like right now. And I'm going to see how this thing is going to open. Here's the 5 minutes. So we're getting a lot of random bouncing pre-market, or sorry, post-market. So we're going to see how this is going to open. And right now it's not doing a lot, which is good. Me and some buddies got into a bear call spread on Tesla. My plan and approach on this was it's going to gap up small. That was my theory. So we'll see how it opens. But the plan for me is, depending on how it opens, I would really like Tesla to pull down to 133 and bounce before I get in bullish on like a swing trade. I am getting in on shares longer term. I'm definitely buying shares slowly. We do have a long Momo signal as of yesterday. So I am absolutely able to and looking for bullish day trades as well. No fear there. Almost all of December, all I did was short Tesla. Like 99% of my trades on Tesla was short in December. But now we have a bullish signal. Momo's buying. So now I can look for bull trades. And as we pull it down, I'll kind of go a little bit more on the long side. The trade I did, and I forgot your name. I apologize about that. Nothing special. I'm pretty boring when it comes to my trading. So I just took the breakdown of this high wave bull inside candle. That was it. Nothing special. I wish I was cool like Zach Johnson because he shorted the pre-market high. So all I did was short below here, stop at the high of the day, exited there, and that was it. Alejandro says, I would like to bring your vision to my home country of Honduras. So many people could be educated and helped and lifted from poverty. That's so cool. You want to see something amazing, Alejandro? Let me show you something amazing. I'm going to scroll down here to Real Life Foundation. And we just finished completing 3 schools. Give me 1 second. where I guess we haven't updated this yet. I wonder why we haven't quite updated that piece yet. We just built 3 schools in Honduras is the answer. And do you live there now? Dan says, part of my trading plan is make a donation on every trading gain. I love it. So Alejandro, do you currently live in Honduras? Because if you do, I was going to connect with you and see if you can go visit the on-site buildings. Because we have 3 that they're in the works right now. They're currently getting built. I don't want to search schools. I just don't want to go too far back. Honduras. I have to look for the photos. We got some photos recently of that project being happening. So anyway, just trying to track it down. But shoot a message to Xochitl, XOCHITL at reallifetrading.com, Alejandro, if you can do that for me, and connect her with your parents or your family that you mentioned, and they can, meet there on site and take pictures. That'd be the coolest thing ever. If you can do that for me, I would be very happy. I would owe you a favor, which is a good place to be. Me owing you a favor. That's the spot that you want. You want me to owe you something. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. I love it. You're the best. I love you guys. This is so fun. Let's go. All right. So anyway, a Tesla earnings, it looks like it's going to be a nothing burger. It looks like it's going to open flat. And maybe tomorrow morning it opens up a little bit. So the bear call spread should work out. If it opens above the high, we'll take some trades. And if it opens flat and trades down, I'll buy the dip. Texas Instrument. So Texas Instrument's very, very interesting candle today. This is a high wave indecision bear candle after earnings that did close above the 10 EMA. So if you're looking for a 10 EMA setup, here you go on Texas Instrument. That would be your trade right there. Entry, stop, just play this candle, target, 1.2 Rs. And let's see if it can break above. You're still battling the 100 simple on the non-adjusted for dividends chart. So that is in the way, but the adjusted for dividends chart is just kind of hanging out. So if you're looking at Texas Instrument, this one could be pretty cool. Apple. Yeah. Let me put Apple on the list. I'm already going to go over today. So I'm, just strap in. I ain't got anywhere to be. WD-40. Pressure still building. Not a lot's happening right now. So we'll see if this breaks out. Keep a close eye on it. I'll put on the list for Monday of next week, and we'll come back to good old WD-40. WD. All right. Continuing this list, Microsoft. So for my option fans, I did talk about this yesterday, but for my option fans, what's this called? If I have both a bear call spread and bull put spread, Todd, you'll notice XLF is on the list right here, my brother. We're going to get there. So right there. Yep. So Cindy, Victor, Vaughn, Bob, you're all correct. So this was an iron condor on Microsoft. And I got into that beast on this day here. Sold the bull put spread and sold the bear call spread. So that was, anyway, I'm out of that condor now. So I'm now out of that. And that's pretty much it. That's what we got. So as of this exact moment, on Microsoft, what to do now. I think the exact same thing. Probably with this kind of volume, I know Tony is getting into a bear call spread, which is where you're going to get paid the most. Here's the weekly chart, and the weekly chart, you know, you're still in between the long-term averages. So I could see why, and it makes sense to me why Tony is getting into a bear call spread today. This was a bear candle that gapped down and faded. There was a lot of 5-minute, there's a lot of movement on Microsoft post-market. So check this out. Here's why it made sense for Microsoft to look for a long today. If we're just explaining sentiment. So check this out. All of this was post and pre-market. So we went from let's just call it 255 to 230 overnight. That's 25 points or a 10% sell-off overnight from the highs to the lows. So now if we zoom in, would it have made sense if you play this? I'm not saying you had to, but if you shorted this candle with a stop there, you lost on the bear trade for sure. But would it have made sense to potentially consider a long trade since, well, number one, it's Microsoft. Number two, it's a bear candle gapping down. So it's a retest gap anyway. Number three, it was down 25 points from the high. And number four, it's a perfect 10 EMA setup. Entry there, stop loss there. So you lower your stop loss from here to about 0.7, get stopped out of your bear trade if you took one, flip into the bull trade, and then boom, you take 2 trades, win on one, lose on one. I did not do that trade, but type in a 9 if that makes tons of sense to you. That's how you would have approached and thought of and planned Microsoft today if you played it. Keeping in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that I take 2 trades very, very frequently, a win on one and lose on one. That's like the most daily occurrence of my life, realistically speaking. So to put that into your brain is that's a daily thing for me. All right, CRIS, curious. I see why Justin Williams is looking at this one. He's probably curious to see if this is going to move bullish at some point. It's trying to, my man. It's trying to. I see what you're looking at. For me to trade this one, I need it to get above the 200 and this volume, which is possible. That could happen. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. So give it a little bit of time, but I do anticipate that if that broke out and retested, it is definitely a penny stock, but it'd only be about $1 once I bought it. So I would just base my risk off of $1, and maybe it pops and maybe it doesn't, but most likely it doesn't. Adobe gap down today with the rest of the market, kind of hitting its head against that 200 simple moving average. So this is one that I was looking at, a bear call spread here for February. And so we're still banging our head against the 200 simple on a daily chart. So if we start taking out the high of this candle, I'm most likely going to close this bear call spread for break even. If we can start popping out of here, I'll probably just take the risk off the table and just kind of move on. That's just an update for anyone else who's currently in Adobe. Other than that, I'm going to keep watching this one because if it does break out and really, really pop strongly, then yeah, then I'll go along. Why not? All right, Roblox, pressure still building. I still like it. I'm sure this candle will get adjusted at some point, but a break above 38, I'm really going to like. So I'm going to put that on the list for tomorrow and Monday. We're going to keep our eyes on that particular swing trade. Just a reminder, you can take swing trades in the funded account. That is pretty dope. Pretty dope-alicious. All right, next on the list is Beyond Meat, and this is looking really pretty. I'm keeping a very close eye on Beyond Meat. The longer we trade sideways, the more I do not have to wait for a close. But we are battling the 20 EMA on a weekly chart. However, you had a 10 EMA play here on a weekly time frame. This is the first bear candle closing above the 10 on a weekly. So you have the weekly 20 and the daily 100 kind of acting as the resistance. This will be my next Shopify trade. And if you played Shopify, you got relatively rewarded today, kind of. So here's the shop. Same style breakout, same style play. I may have sprinkled a little bit of additional risk on this particular trade, but it worked out really, really well. And we exited that one today for a decent win. And I think Shopify is probably going to continue higher, in fact. So some good looking moves here. So look to play Shopify bullish, buy dips, but that's a really, really nice breakout, ladies and gentlemen. Shopify is going to stay on my list. I think I do believe that Beyond Meat could have the same potential if it really starts squeezing. All right, QS. I like all these bull candles, realistically. It's just kind of cool. Quantum space. I mean, it's gotten beat up so bad. My question is just, is it going to pop? Is it going to squeeze out some bears? And you do have a 10 EMA trade set up on a weekly chart. That's another reason why I'm looking at this. So it's on the list again for tomorrow and again for Monday. But if this continues to build pressure, I think I could set this bad boy up because it does look pretty cute, especially if we could close without triggering this week and then we break above 837. It's on like Donkey Kong. All right, XLF, which was requested. So this is the financial ETF. I'm going to start with a weekly chart. And this is a very broader market tied stock. It's very much Dow Jones, JP Morgan, essentially. And XLF is at a resistance / support zone. You're battling the 100 simple moving average from the bottom. Again, if the market's going to roll over, it really needs to do it pretty soon. My expectation is I'm going to let the market break out and I'm going to buy the retest, including XLF. So we'll see if it slowly creeps higher, but it's at a really, really pivotal spot now. And if I was in this position, which I'm not, but if I were, I would get into a collar, sell calls, buy puts. That's pretty much it. So XLF kind of chilling, doing its thing. Daily chart looks strong. Again, I'd wait for a close. I'd buy the retest of this overall move that's happening presently. Next on the list is Gilead. I think I'm just going to kind of keep waiting this one out. I'm going to keep a close eye on this. Pressure is kind of building. Support here, resistance there. It could be a triangle. It could be a double top. I need that support to break down. So I'm going to put this on the list for Monday. We did take a trade on Gilead where we shorted it below these candles, and I should have exited on that day. Didn't. Still won on the trade, but not as much as I could have. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one to see if we play it differently next week, but that's something that I'll keep a very, very close eye on. So there's still 134 people here. I hope I have already done enough on today, yesterday, and Monday to let you know that the all access pass is worth your $275 a month. I will post this link in the chat pane. Please join me, trade with me, just hang out with me for 2 or 3 months. I'll change your life if you let me. It's worth every penny. Caterpillar. So Caterpillar is doing its thing, bouncing. Trend is bullish. Again, very bullish, in fact. Caterpillar is. If it's going to drop again, it needs to happen extremely soon. We'll see what it does on earnings. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Strong trend. All-time high. Let's find out what happens on earnings. That's just a few days away. U.S. Steel. Now, this thing's got some legs. Earnings are around the corner. But here's what I like about U.S. Steel. If I go to a weekly chart, we bounce off the 100 simple on a weekly, and you have multiple double bottoms here. So this is a big double bottom. Right, that's a huge one. This is on a weekly chart. Here's the monthly chart. Monthly, it's not really as much of a double bottom, but you are bouncing off the 100 simple on a monthly. So we're bouncing off the 100 simple on a monthly, the 100 simple on a weekly, and we bounce off the long terms on a daily. We pulled into here. This looks good to me, and I think we're going to slowly continue higher. Since earnings are kind of around the corner, what I would probably do on this is get into a bull call spread, which is a debit spread. Since it's over earnings, and I would do 29, 34, March or April. I would look into that on US Steel. DraftKings was requested yesterday. Super Bowl is right around the corner. If DraftKings is going to run, that's when it's going to be. We are building some support. We're building some resistance. This is here right now. I am very, very intrigued by this candle. Very intrigued, especially at these long-term levels. This is quite interesting. Quite interesting. I'm going to come back to this tomorrow. This could be a nice little doozy. DraftKings hasn't really popped in a while, and coming up into the Super Bowl, I mean, it has a 10 EMA on a weekly chart. And it's not bad. We'll come back to that tomorrow. If it still looks really, really, really good tomorrow, then I think we can hop in this bad boy. Maybe buy a pullback, but I'm with it. I'm with it. Align Technology, which is for people that they got those summer teeth. Some are here, some are there. I'm just kidding. It's kind of a funny joke, but that's what this is. This is braces. And yeah, it's been crushing it. So this is like Invisalign. I think it's the same thing, but it might be a different company. But it's just those clear braces that people put on their teeth. But the stock has just been absolutely monstrous. Monstrous. Now, this is the monthly chart. So you're battling the 100 simple and monthly right now. So we just need to be aware of that. But if that can reclaim as a support resistance, look how many bull candles are in a row. This is dip buyable. It is. So earnings is around the corner. What I would look to do on this one is let that explosive move happen. Day trade it, really, really, really quick swing trade, and then buy the pullback after earnings has come in, because we're a little steep on this trajectory, but I would be comfortable buying a dip. Now check this out. Type in a 6 if you notice a really nice 10 EMA play over here. Because again, all I do is look back at the past and go, what could I have done so that the next time I see it, I do it. Those are some, I mean, look at this volume too. That is delightful. And you take this trade, I mean, you're entering somewhere around this green line, somewhere around there. You're taking this from, let's just call it 210 up to 240. I mean, that's a beautiful $30 a share. That's the kind of stuff that I will wait weeks and weeks and weeks for. I do not take that many trades, team. I really don't. Maybe 30 or 40 a month. It's not, I mean, that's max. That's everything. Day trades, swing trades, investments, all of it. I don't take that many. So Align is doing its thing. Dan's just being the kindest, nicest dude of all time. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. So yeah, really, really good trend, good setup, good chart. All right, here's Vermilion. Energy, oil, and gas. That's not what I thought of when I pulled up the VET ticker. I was like, is this some type of vet clinic? Nope. We are trading right down to the 100. I don't think I've ever looked at this. I don't know about this one. What's interesting is it's right on the weekly 100. I don't know him. I don't know much about this company. If I liked it, if I studied it, if I wanted to be in it, this is probably where I would look to get in. The risk reward's good. So if you requested this one, I would probably go long here. Stop loss 13.43. So $2 risk, and then you're gonna have to hold it for a bit. But I think it can go up a little bit more. But I'm not gonna take that trade. Just because it can't be in everything. Buy off the blue line. That's it. Peloton, they're still around. They're still around. I mean, Max Payne is here. So if Peloton's going to survive this crumble, right? Max pain is in the building. This thing has dropped so much, but people still use their Pelotons. So if it's going to recover, it would be a really, really great story. But man, this thing was up in the $120 per share price before it just got absolutely squashbuckled. So we can keep this on the list. I mean, earnings is around the corner. This is one that you would probably want to do a straddle or strangle on for February. I'd probably do a strangle. Buy some calls here, buy some puts here, just in case it gets absolutely just wrecked. But it is having a good range. I mean, it's buying low, selling high. It's compressing. This is a very nice pennant pattern. So I could keep this on the list and let's, keep watching it. I'll put on the list for Monday and we'll review it again, but it looks good. Looks okay. DocuSign, very sideways, not doing anything. Big double bottom on a weekly chart. Monthly, big support. I think they're going to keep range bound. If I was playing DocuSign, I'd buy it. Well, I'd buy it as low as I could and sell it as high as I could. Wynn says maybe an iron condor. Yeah, this would be one. If you can find good premiums, I would feel comfy sliding up into an iron condor on DocuSign. Salesforce has some decent strength. The price that it's bouncing off of is the 100 simple on a monthly chart. You have potentially exhaustion volume, one white soldier with the 100 simple on a monthly time frame. My analysis, my brain wanted to go short when I first saw this, and then my instincts was like, nah, I think this is bullish, dude. Once we closed above all of this bear volume, which was on that day here, I couldn't short this. So today was a great buying spot when it retested these levels. I think it's okay, truly, to probably start picking up some Salesforce anywhere between 140 and 150. If it's within that zone and you wanted to buy some, buy some. Now, again, keep this in mind, team. I'm not going to take all these trades. I'm analyzing these for you. Right? So just FYI, I'll let you all know when I'm taking a trade. But Salesforce, it's going to have to be for somebody else. There's so much out there to trade. So much. Fortinets. This thing is super interesting. Super interesting. It had a pullback, but a smaller one relative to the market. And it's hanging out okay. I mean, this is a really, really good close. Earnings are a few days away. You have a very interesting hammer back here on December 21st. I'd buy a pullback off of that hammer and trade this up into 56, 57. That's what I would do. If you're looking at taking this trade and something like this, stop loss probably down here somewhere, target right up there. Yeah, something like that. If you're playing or you requested or thought about playing Fortinets. Skyworks Solutions. This thing had a gap out, and this is a dividend paying stock that's pretty powerful. It's been around forever. I've traded this thing for numerous times. I don't even know if that makes grammatical sense. I've traded this for numerous times. What? Double bottom on a weekly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bull candles in a row. Remember, everything feels easiest to buy when it's the highest. I like this looking move. I like this 10 EMA setup back over here. That was brilliant. I love the 10 EMA strategy. It's so dang good. So good. So easy. It's so easy. Anyway, I would like a pullback on this. I mean, earnings are around the corner, but we should continue to keep this on the list. It looks comfy. There's not a whole lot stopping this thing. Yeah, let's continue to put that on the list. I'm going to put that on the list for Monday, but I am down to let that slowly continue a little higher. All right, that's Skyworks. So again, we're going to go a little long today. I hope you guys don't get mad at me. But it's the free week. I normally keep everything to an hour or less, but a lot of you had questions. So, all right. EPAM. EPAM, this is a technology IT stock that a lot of people think are going to benefit from the whole chat GPT online revolution thing. Web3, whatever. I can't really disagree with that looking at this chart. I'll say that. I think you can get it lower. Has been my analysis for a bit. I'd probably sell some puts on this one if I wanted to own some shares of it, or buy very, very small fragments, because it's a dang pricey stock, man. 320 bucks a share. That's up there. So I'd throw like 5 or 6 shares every down day if you wanted to own some shares of this one, or sell some puts around 250. I think you could get this a little bit lower, and that's kind of what I plan on doing, is selling some puts on EPAM. This is also this does have some Ukraine exposure, so just keep that in mind. And that's all I have to say on that. CLFD, Clearfield. Clearfield. AJ, no, it's Al. Al says, can you share your email? Guess. Take a stab. Let's see if you can guess it. It's an easy one. It's a layup. But I definitely will. Take a shot in the dark. You'll smash it, I promise. Clearfield. What's Clearfield doing? Oh, so close. So close. So just Jeremy at Real Life Trading. There's not enough Jeremys to need to abbreviate it to Jay Newsome. You would probably work in a big corporate company, Al, if I had to guess, where you have to like abbreviate it because there's so many of them. But yeah, I'm always the only one. So the cool news with me is I always get my own domain because I got those double R's. Yeah, Jeremy at reallifetrading.com. That's me, baby. Dan says, and you're the boss. Technically, Xochitl's the boss. I put her in control, but I am the owner and CEO. Yeah. But I have other people who make all the rules because I'll just give everything away all the time forever. The company makes no money and I just pay for everything. That didn't work out. So I need someone else to be like, no, Newsome, you can't do that. Charge people something, please. It's better for business that way. Anyway, here's what I like. You know what I like on this chart? I'm going to back trade this tonight. I'm going to back trade it right now. I'm going long. Who cares? Let's party. All right, Cindy, I love you, girl. Check out this sentiment. This is really, really beautiful. Amazing gap. It's a retest gap, right? We're coming into an all-time high. That's the analysis so far. Another bull candle, shaved top, warning sign. Bulls are losing some steam. New all-time high. So obviously I'm not shorting yet. I would like to. If I was really, really good at calling the top, which I'm not, I would short here. Limit sell, stop loss up here, knowing that this gap most likely is going to fill. That would be the expectation. So boom, here's your one black crow, evening star reversal. This is, let's short. The low of this candle is where I would get in. So I would short there. Stop above the one black crow candle. Still not filled, still not filled, still not filled, filled. Double top comes in. Type in a 7 if you can see it. That's really, really pretty. Target is the 100 simple. 4 bear candles in a row. Bang. Now, here's what's amazing. This is my exit. So I would have exited my short trade. So I'm out of my short trade. Now look at the volume and the location and the gap of this candle. This is fascinating stuff. Really, really, really good support there based on this volume. We got the 100 on the daily. You have a double top all-time high. Type in a 9 if this is the easiest short of all time below this candle. You better be throwing in a 9. This is the no-brainer of no-brainers. Like, you've got to go short there. You have to. And the 3 questions why, I mean, look how many buyers are trapped. You have all of these dudes and all of these dudes just hanging on by a thread. Next candle fills the gap. Amazing. Bear candle, pressure building, another bear candle, and then another one. Another one. And you can look at this and it's like, it's trying its best to close above the 100. Type in a 3 if you're like, man, this thing is failing like Jeremy failed chemistry in high school. It cannot close above that 100. So this is the retest of this bear gap down here. This is essentially a flag pattern. And if all of that's confusing, it's a 10 EMA play. These are all bull candles closing below the 10, every single one of them. So now I'm able to put an entry below the low of both of these candles, this one and this one. Stop loss above here, stop loss is above the 100 simple. I have not seen a cleaner trade in my life. When this gets triggered in, this obviously had to be December. Yeah, this was December. December, I made more money than ever before. Like December was my best month, I think, of all time. It was just so easy if you were short. So really, really good breakdown. Barely missed my target by a few pennies. I'm going to lower it a little bit, go for a little bit more. Reversal, reversal, holding, holding, lowering stop. Stop's now here. And then boom, there we go. So I just like that back trade. That's just a really, really clean sentiment to me. Really clean sentiment. Now, obviously, as always, you're never going to catch the exact bottom. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. So I would assume this is just going to retest this level and then die. So if it gets up to 87 before earnings, short the pants off of it. And if it continues down, play it bearish. And I think ultimately your target is the 100 simple on a weekly chart. That's my analysis. That's my quick little workout, my quick little back trade. Someone mentioned that Tesla just broke 150. Is it gapping down? Gapping up. Sweet. So Tesla putting in a little bit of a bull gap up makes sense. That's exactly what I was planning for. Great. Good news. Good news. I like this. So gapping up, we'll see how we interact with the 50 EMA on the daily, which is 153. Yeah, tomorrow will be a lot of fun to trade Tesla. All right, just a few left. Visa. So obviously has the weird print from the New York Stock Exchange. Really, really weird looking candle, but overall trends bullish. Stay long, buy the dip. I can't find anything bearish on Visa at all. So just stay long. Moelis and Company, ticker symbol MC. MC. I'd buy it off of 40 if I could. 40 is the 100 simple on a monthly chart. It's 10% lower than it is now. You're buying into long-term averages, buying into that retest gap. I would wait for it to pull back to 40 and I would buy it. Goldman Sachs looks pretty clean. Goldman Sachs just had earnings. You have 3 pretty cute little bull candles in a row. Really, really strong bear volume right here. This is absolutely a sensational time to get into a bull put spread on Goldman Sachs. My general thoughts are to go long above this candle. The risk reward's not spellbinding if I do that. What I would really like is to let it pop above and then buy it off of like 348. This one's going to go on my list for tomorrow and for Friday for Dan Jansen. He's going to like this one. This one's building some pressure, and I think you're going to want to keep your eyes on this. Even from a bull put spread perspective, we could make a little bit of money. Cliff says, 10 EMA bull play versus bear play. Can you explain? I don't know what you mean on that question, brother. Hit me with a reread of that question if you can. Virtue Financial. Virtue Financial. No clue. It's the same exact price it was in 2015. That's not a great sign. Possible double bottom though. Oh yeah, earnings is right around the corner. Okay, let's see what happens on earnings. If it can close above here, I would buy a dip. Cliff says, is the 10 EMA play only bearish or can you use it in bullish scenarios? Yeah, man, of course. Absolutely. We did 5 or 6 examples today of bullish examples, scenarios for a 10 EMA play. I don't care what direction. I just want it to go up or down. I'm unbiased. I'm not smart enough to know or care. I just look at the charts. Up or down. Candles are life. It's all about candles, my man. Here's a bull 10 EMA there. Here's one here. Here's one here. All of this would have worked. This would have worked. This would have worked. Yeah, baby. Price is king. Dan says you're smart enough to be a gajillionaire. I love it, man. Billionaire by 50, for sure. Not even a question. It's coming. But thanks for the vote of confidence, my brother. I appreciate it. This sounds like a cool name. W.R. Beckley. I'm W.R. Beckley. Berkeley. Next time I play golf, I'm going to play golf as W.R. Berkeley. And I'm going to win because he always wins at golf. Buy the dip off the 100, perfect hammer. But just keep in mind the earnings is literally right around the corner. So wait until earnings and see if you can buy it a little bit lower. All right, Apple, just slowly grinding higher. It bounced off of a beautiful, beautiful trap location with a fantastic. Actually, I just forgot the name of this candlestick. Can someone remind me? What's the name of this candle? There was 2 of them back to back. I feel like, dang it, what are those names again? Oh yeah, a hammer. So you had 2 hammers out of support on the largest company in existence. Good little spot to go long. Also, you had a 1 white soldier on January 6th. Let's get in bullish. Bang. Making money. So that's pretty much Apple. I'm going to let Apple trade up a little bit higher into 148. And then over earnings, I'm probably going to get into a bear call spread, most likely. So I'm going to trade up into here, and then I'll probably sell some spreads up there. I don't have any position on Apple right now, but yeah, I mean, it looks cute. It does. And then last but not least is RIVN. RIVN is the swing trade setup that I set up on Friday for those who are in the afternoon swing trading room, and we are in this trade. So we're in it right now, and it's looking really good. Target $20.81 on RIVN. Wes says, what's the target on Tesla? 50 EMA on the daily, which is 153. It's going to be a good target. Win says, look at the 3-minute on RIVN. All right. 3-minute. Wow. Amazing. Just couldn't go down. That is so cool. Beautiful, beautiful chart. I love it. Kelly says, are you watching Ford? Well, tomorrow is Transportation Thursday. So I would love all of you to come back and join me tomorrow, and let's look at Ford on Transportation Thursday in the All Access Pass. I would love all of you here to sign up for me, please. It'd be great, super beneficial. Would love to work with you. Would love to circulate money, make money, grow our minds, grow our bank accounts, grow our connections, grow our network. Our network is our net worth, right? Who we are is who we hang out with. Bob, congratulations on an amazing trade on Disney, brother. That was super. Holy smokes. Dan, thanks for being so kind. My guy, you're awesome. I love your energy. I love your positive affirmations. You're the best. Thank you so much, man. I'll be back same time, same place tomorrow, which is Thursday. And this is the list. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until then, love life, live life, and trade it. See you guys later. Bye.